Any question you would like to ask? Yes?
Maharaji, in all of your discourses, you stress worshiping the Lord in spirit and the importance of Nam Bhakti. And yet in the last few years, there's so many Westerners who feel pulled to come here to be in your presence, either in Bombay or commuting. Could you please discuss the relationship between Guru Bhakti and Nam Bhakti and how important it is for those of us who are separated from you most of the time to come to be with you and to be in your physical presence?
This is a means to that end. You see, this is so much discussed in the books. The purpose of going to the master is to learn the technique, the method, and then to follow the instructions. The real thing is meditation. We say love and devotion. Love and devotion for whom? Love and devotion for the master, which should enable us to attend to the meditation. Now it depends upon the individuals, their circumstances, you see, so many factors count. How much one can come, how often he can come. But the main thing is meditation. Yes?
Master, when both husband and wife are satsangs and during meditation, one feels the need to say Simran out loud to help quiet the mind. Is it all right to do this if our spouse is in the room and will hear the Simran being spoken?
But sister, why disturb the other person? You can go to another room. Yes, please.
Maharaji, all of this that you provided for us, is it not a symbol of what you do for us inside?
No question of symbol, sister. It's my duty. I'm caretaker of this colony, providing all the facilities for those people who come here. Caretaker has to look after everything, that the guests are comfortable. It's not for only you, but whole Sangat is being provided, you see. So many staff members, sevadars are working just to look to the needs and the comforts of the Sasangis visiting the colony.
If I listen for meditation without being able to concentrate at all, do I gain anything of it or not? And if we don't feel like meditating, should we try to do it or not?
Sister, whether you concentrate or not is immaterial, but you definitely should sit in meditation. Because we have to pass through so many phases before we are able to concentrate and enjoy that pull within and its bliss and peace within. You can't straight away concentrate by Simran. But if we won't start, then how will we ever concentrate? You see, we all are born as children, and through how many phases we have to go through before we are able to stand on our own legs, think independently and act independently. We have gone through so many phases right from the birth. And you can't eliminate those phases through which we have passed for our development of acting and deciding. So similarly in meditation we have to pass through so many phases, and every phase is important in its spiritual development. So we have to continue. It's immaterial whether we are able to concentrate, whether we are able to hear the sound or see the light, but our efforts should continue. We should sit in meditation as a matter of duty, even if we don't enjoy that peace and bliss within. Slowly and slowly we do enjoy, and we do make progress. Yes, please.
It is said on several occasions I've heard people ask questions about doing Simran in relationship to their breath, and you suggested that that's not appropriate.
Relationship to?
To breathing,
Yes.
and that's not appropriate. How about many times I find my Simran going on at the same rate as my heartbeat.
Well, brother, don't try to synchronize it with heartbeat or with your breathing. You should never be conscious about breathing and beating of the heart. You should just be in the Simran. Now you are thinking, you are talking to me, I am talking to you, you are not conscious of your heart beating. This is continuing. Neither you are conscious of your breathing. They are the normal function of the body and they should continue even when we are doing Simran. We shouldn't align our Simran with them, synchronize our Simran with them.
So many times I find it's already automatically aligned. I mean, it just...
You see, sometimes it happens when we have been doing some breathing exercises in Hatha Yoga, then we get into the habit of doing Simran along with breathing. And then when we leave it in subconscious, that practice remains. Or sometimes it can be due to the past association of our life, of the previous births. But try to get out of it. Because neither heart beating nor breathing has anything to do with our concentration. Yes?
Maharaj, even if we try to do the Simran and it's with the breathing, okay? And sometimes, even if we spend the whole time in meditation fighting not to have them together.
I'm not following your question.
You said we should not try to do the Simran with the breathing.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes it comes natural. Should we fight that even if it takes all the time of meditation? Because sometimes I find very hard to...
Yes, you have to fight it out. Because this is not healthy also. And then we are always involved in breathing. Our mind doesn't concentrate, it more concentrates on breathing than at the eye center. Yes?
Did Jesus teach repetition?
Pardon?
Jesus,
Yes?
did he teach repetition? Meditation.
Breathing? I've not followed your question.
Jesus Christ. Did he teach repetition?
Want to know whether Christ taught repetition of the names and meditation.
Well, we don't find much in the Bible as it presented to us today, New Testament. But I am told many things have been suppressed, many things have been eliminated. The church knows best. But there is definitely about the sound and about the eye center. If the eye is single, the whole body is full of light. So single eye means third eye, behind the eyes where we concentrate. So the point for concentration is mentioned in the New Testament. So how to concentrate, whether it is mentioned or not, I can't say. And it is not also essential that every mystic talks elaborately about repetition or about the sound and light. It's not essential also. Even in our Indian mystic, many mystics, they have just mentioned the word Naam, Shabad. That's all. Other secrets they part from person to person. Detail of that Naam they part person to person. But some mystics have explained what do they mean by Naam or Shabad. But generally they have written the characteristics of the Naam. That Naam has, Shabad Naam has created the creation. And it is unspoken, unwritten. and it holds the universe, and it holds all of us. And without that, we cannot get salvation. That thing is there. But what actually the Naam is, many mystics have not described. So Christ also talks about that word, the Holy Ghost, which has created the creation. And he says, worship of Spirit is worship of the Father. He is referring to all that. But what is that Spirit? How to worship the Spirit? And what does he mean by that word? Either it has been spread or eliminated, or he may not have explained. Are the people who have written his sermons, after all, you know, it's not by Christ himself, the New Testament. The St. John or Matthew, and that also is not by them personally. It is according to them. So, just possible they may have suppressed that secret. They have kept that secret to themselves, to depart to the real seekers. So, plainly it's not mentioned how to hear the sound or what to repeat and how to repeat. It's not, as far as I have read, it's not mentioned. Many mystics don't mention in their works because they used to have very few disciples and they would depart them all the inner secrets personally. And there was no custom of writing books or explaining, you see, open sermons. Yes.
Master, I'm under the impression that it's very important for one master to be initiated by another master, as well as all of us. But I can't help wondering how a new line of masters starts.
Sister, just possible the one who starts a new light may have been initiated by another master. But he starts a new line. He may not continue the same line. Now we find a new line by Guru Nanak. And definitely Guru Nanak has been initiated by some master. He had his own master. Swamiji Maharaj had his own master, but he started a new line. So similarly, other saints also may have started new lines, but they may be having their own master. But there's a difference in our getting initiated and their getting initiated. As Guru Nanak has said, candle was ready. Only a little flame was required to light that candle. Dive se diva pargasya. In our case, we have to collect all the material to make a candle. But he says candle was ready, but still a spark was required. So similarly in case of Swamiji Maharaj, he has come from the Father, but still spark is required because they want to keep the traditions. Even Kabir has to take shelter that I have master. And about Christ you already know that he was baptized by John the Baptist. As he explains, you see that there was a man who has come from God, his name was John. He explains about himself that I went to John the Baptist, who has come from the Father, and he put me on the path by which I could eliminate that darkness and enjoy the bliss of that light. Talks about baptism by water and fire, light, and that nectar, water. Yes.
Master, on the subject of unconditional love for the Guru, something that's been on my mind for the last few years. And the fact of the matter is that it's easy for a human being to love somebody as a brother or sister. For example, if my brother was mean or lied to me, I would always love him no matter what, because he's my brother, or my mother, or my father. Sometimes in the path, when we take the Master to be God, I've noticed that sometimes Satsangis, at one moment think Master is God, then the next day they leave the path. My feeling, and I want to know if this is correct, would it be better, Master, to love you as we would love a brother or sister, unconditionally, that no matter who and what
The
happens.
great master used to say that you love the master as a brother, as a friend. And automatically when you will realize what he is within, then you will know. Have as much faith in him as a brother or as a friend. And then yourself, when you will practice, you will realize what the real situation is. You see, this God is also our own concept. We say we love God, but what do we love? How can we love someone whom we have never seen, whom we don't know what he looks like? Our mind only loves what it sees, some form, some association, mental association, some company. And then slowly and slowly we fall in love with that object, with that person. This is just our mental concept that we love God. But what do we love of Him? How can we love Him when we haven't seen Him, when we don't know what He looks like? We just think we love God. If we really think we love God, we'll never do anything in this creation. If we know God is one and God is within us, and we are sure about our love for that God, then why this turmoil in this whole creation? We never do anything bad or heinous when 5 years child is standing before us. And what we do not do, thinking God is within us and professing that we are in love with Him. What we do not do. We only intellectually think that He is within us and we love Him. This is no love at all. Abstract love, you see, you cannot fall in love with anyone unless you see him, unless you meet him, unless you know what one looks like. That's the nature of the mind. You cannot fall in love with any man who is living 1,000 years away from you and whom you have never seen. How can you fall in love with him? Yes, please.
Maharaji, what you just told this gentleman is the reason I asked you the question before about Guru Bhakti and Nam Bhakti. I didn't mean to imply turning our back on meditation, but it's just that at the level that I'm at, it seems like the physical form of the Master is the only tangible form of the Creator that I, or my mind, can relate to. And because of that, and the feeling of being around the physical form of the Creator, the more we're around the Master, the more we want to be around the Master because we can relate.
Well, brother, Christ said, you have seen me and I have seen God. So you have seen God. What does that mean? He said, O ye of little faith, you have seen me and I have seen my Father. So you have seen the Father. Now analyze all what it means.
The more I see the Father, the more I want to see the Father at the only level that I can see the Father right now.
And then he says, You have come unto me, and I have come unto you. And since I have become the Father, so when the disciple loses his own identity, own individuality, and merges into the Master, and he has merged into the Father, so automatically he merges into the Father. So that is why you see this mistakes explained that we cannot love Father without the saints. They are just waves of that ocean. If you surrender anything to a wave, it takes that object right down in the bottom of the ocean. Because wave cannot be separated from the ocean. And that is why Christ said, world has created the world. And nothing existed before the world. And world is God. And how to find that word? Then he says, word made flesh. If you want to find God, or if you want to be in touch with that creative power which has created the creation, he says you find some word made flesh. Some flesh in which the word has taken abode. If we deeply analyze these things, where do they lead us? Yes, please.
Maharaji, there's some difficulty with some people who have not been initiated for a long time and they come here and they expect, their mind tells them that when they come here, they must see lights and flashes and halos and people walking around in the Radhaswami with their hands clasped, and then their mind comprehended not, and they get very disappointed, and they don't know where they are, and they don't know why they have come.
Well, they have asked you to ask this question, or you are explaining what they are going through?
Told by some who have been going through that.
Let them read the books.
To make it clear to them.
Yes, let them read the books. Let them know the teaching. Everything will be clear to them. Yes.
The prasad that you gave us in our interview, are we permitted to give that or share that with our family? Or
Well, sister, actually it is personal. Now it's for the individual what he wants to do. Because it will remind you of many things. Another person, I don't know in what sense he takes. It is not anything particular in prasad. It is one who takes it, one who gives it. It is in their contact which the prasad reminds us about that contact. You see, you present a flower to your beloved. What is particular in that flower which is not in the rose garden? The whole garden is full with flowers. But why that flower becomes precious for you? Because it is between the giver and to one whom it is given. That contact is beautiful. Contact is more important than the flowers. Flowers you get even in the garden. Yes, please.
Maharaji,
I'm sorry I'm sitting against the light, so sometimes I can't see the hands.
Maharaji, does the master ever reject any disciple?
Any?
Reject a disciple? Or punish a disciple? Well, one of you.
Well, sister, question of punishing anybody doesn't arise. We are already going through the punishment. And what more a condemned person can be punished? When we are separated from the Father, we are already condemned. And saints don't further come to condemn us. And what is there to punish us? They know what we are. They know how weak we are. And question of rejecting those doesn't arise who are marked by the Father. Because they don't use their own will. They are humble servants to follow the will of the Father. They cannot refuse the marked one. They do not see whether they are worthy or not. It's for the Father to see. They are allotted, those souls are allotted to their care, and they have to look after them. Christ says somewhere in the New Testament that even if you don't follow me, even if you don't listen to my teaching, I won't complain to my Father. I won't condemn you before my Father. But that is not their purpose. They come to help us. They don't come to punish us. Neither they come to judge us, because they know what we are. But sometimes definitely they make us conscious where we stand. It is not that they are judging us, but they are making us conscious that where we stand and how wrong we were to think that we have overcome that weakness. It's not a question of judging them. Yes, please.
Master, not a question of punishment, but being attached to the lower senses and looking at the same time for the Master. Isn't it possible to lose your balance?
Well, as I said, we are all struggling souls. We are all victims of senses. And their main purpose is to help us to rise above them. So they guide us how to rise above them. So slowly and slowly they try to pull us out of that slumber, out of the illusion in which we are spending our life. Soul is always yearning for the Father. Soul is full with love and devotion for the Father. But it is helpless under the weight of the mind. You see, this electric bulb has so much light, but if we have few wrappings around it, we don't see the light. Now it depends how many wrappings we have. Sometimes wrappings are very few. Still some light penetrates through those wrappings. So that divine love and divine, say, emotions are there for the Father, but still the wrappings are there. It doesn't mean that soul has no love for the Father, disciple has no love for the Father or for the Master, but still some wrappings are there. So it depends how many wrappings we have. And yet we may be in love with the Father, love with the Master. And yet we have to struggle to remove those wrappings. Yes?
Master, is it sometimes our karma that we can't find time to meditate? Or is that always a failure on our part?
Our karma for what?
That we can't find the time to meditate.
Well, sisters say anything, but we have to try to meditate. We have to adjust our timing. We can't take shelter that I don't meditate because it is not in my karma. That is just a self-deception. And how do we justify that it is our karma to work for the world whole day and not for the Father? How do we know that? We are just wrong, excuses to deceive our own self or justify our weaknesses. Yes, please.
When the Great Master was sick and all the people went to see him, except one was a master, to be a master. With the others, the disciples, you said the other day about love, with them breaking the Great Master said and going to see him, against his word, the same as when he was in Dalhousie and Darien Law, and a professor or somebody went to see him, and he said, what are you staying here? And they were hiding, or it was a judge, and he said, now you got me in trouble. And Great Master said, oh, I didn't mean you, come on in. So I get caught in a funny thing on when I hear one thing and something else is okay.
Brother, obedience is more essential. That is also height of love, to obey. Fifth Guru was sent away from the fourth Guru. I don't know for how many years. He was writing them petitions after petitions. But he said no. And yet he made himself, made him part of himself, and put him on the same throne.
Even thinking though, I mean, I have nothing.
Pain may be in our own interest.
I understand I have pain even sitting here now because I'm worried about later.
You see, you know how gold is made, through how many furnaces it has to go through, how dirt is removed. Bulle Shah was ousted from the court of his master for many, many years, and you know how restless he was. Ultimately, he learned dancing in the company of the dancing girls, because master used to go to a particular place in memory of his own master, where all these, it's a custom you see in the Muslims, where they all come and dance and praise that master. So he learned all that just to see a glimpse of his master, to please him and ask for his forgiveness. And he was. And then you know to what height Bulle Shah reached. You see, they are the master's own ways to purify ourselves. But for us, obedience is more essential.
Sometimes like you get more darshan with disobedience.
They may not be as useful as darshan by obedience. You were talking about yourself? Yes, please.
Master, if God is the soul, if the soul in everybody is longing to get to the Father, why?
Can you be a little louder?
If the soul in each person is longing to get back to the Father, why are some people initiated and marked and the others aren't?
The Lord knows best. Lord knows best, brother, sister. Here nobody can question his authority. To begin with the creation, all souls were alike. There was no difference between them. They were all alike because they were part and parcel of him. And still they are part and parcel of him. And yet, we are all different from each other. Yes, please.
Master, what is the value of friendship? The friendship between us and our acquaintances?
What do you mean by value?
Well, intuitively I feel that it is good to be friendly with people, but I'm not sure how or why or whether it's possible to go too far.
We shouldn't be attached to anybody, no matter who one is. You see, we are part of a chain. We are a member of a certain society. We have to give and take. We have to live with each other. We have to be kind and loving to one another. And we shouldn't be attached to anybody. There is always a line which we have to draw in our relationship. It may be anybody. Yes.
Maharaji, if all souls begin with the Father equally, and all the souls are asked by request of the Father to descend into the material creation? What causes some souls to become further involved with the creation than others, so that some may have to stay here a longer time, sojourn in the physical astral plane?
Well, brother, if this, as we have discussed so many times, if this creation is to continue, some souls has to remain imperfect. The moment any soul becomes perfect, it goes to the perfect being. If this creation is to continue, this creation has to remain imperfect. If the roof is to stand, some bricks have to go to the foundation. All the bricks can't come to the top in the ceiling. Some have to be in the foundation. So he knows best. Yes.
Master, you speak always about the powerful mind, but how is it possible that that powerful mind isn't capable out of itself to grasp even the meaning of his own life?
I'm not following your question. Can you be a little clearer and louder?
Can you explain the disproportion between the meaning of life and the mind who can't grasp that meaning? Can't understand that meaning.
Meaning of life?
Meaning of life.
Yes.
Generally, people look for the meaning of life, and that is their mind. That is that gives not an explanation of that meaning out of itself.
Yes, please.
Why can't the mind grasp the meaning of life?
Lost the meaning of life?
Why can't the mind understand
the meaning of life?
the meaning of life?
You see, mind doesn't grasp because mind is fond of pleasures. And it is trying to seek pleasure in the senses. So it doesn't try to grasp the real meaning of life. As it is so fond of pleasure, sensual pleasures. So sensual pleasures have become the master and mind has become the slave. And our soul has become slave of the slave. So nobody realizes the meaning of life. Yes.
Master, there are some people, it ties up with the question you've just answered. Some people are not really outwardly attached to the outer pleasures, and they are sincerely committed to understanding the purpose of life and God. Now, how does that tie up with seeking for outer pleasures?
And how they?
Well, you get certain people, particularly in the West, like the Rosicrucians and the Theosophists, who lead very pure lives.
I know. Then?
Now, what will they not attain realization? Is their mind, in other words, standing between them and God?
Sister, as long as we are sincere in seeking, in searching, no matter what we do, we throw the onus on the Father to put us on the path. Our sincerity is required, earnestness is required. Then we throw the whole burden on the Father to put us on the path.
So in other words, they will all become Satsangis one day?
He knows best. I can't say about anybody. Yes.
Maharaj, about seva, some people say we do seva for ourselves, some people say we do it for the Sangat, and others say we do it for Master. Which one is right?
All of them are right. Seva has its own effect, no matter for whom they do. It creates humility, equality. Whether you do for the master or whether you do for Sangat, that is also Sangat belongs to the master. Whether you do for yourself, you also belong to the master, to the Lord. So, if you do with the intention of doing seva, no matter what you may think, it's immaterial. Seva is not to boss on anybody, not to show your superiority on anybody, or authority on anybody. It is just to eliminate your ego, to create humility in you, to create equality with the other people in you.
Do we actually pay our karma through seva?
No, it just cleans the vessel to be fulfilling. For clearing the karma, meditation is the only thing. But meditation, you cannot fill a utensil with nectar if it is dirty. You have to clean it before you fill it. So without cleaning it, you will never be able to fill it. So cleaning is a part of filling it. As I said, we have to pass through so many phases before we spiritually develop. This is also essential for us, for our spiritual development. Yes?
If we're not sure that we can do seva with the right attitude, should we just go ahead and do it? And
Yes, just go ahead and do it, and attitude will automatically develop then. Then you will see the other people, and you will automatically be influenced with what attitude they are doing it. And they will change your attitude sooner or later. Seva means serving another person. And in service, you are submitting to the order or convenience of another person. There's a submission. There's no authority in it. It's a submission. Seva means service. Yes?
Maharaji, you've spoken of meditation as being nothing but a rehearsal for death. And in the books it's written also about dying while living. And I'd like to know, if we make the effort to live in your will and practice meditation every day, but we never really seem to come close to dying while living, will our efforts in themselves enable us to handle the experience of death when it comes?
Well, brother, you are rehearsing to die.
Yes, but it doesn't seem like I'm really coming close to dying while living.
Well, brother, when you learn acting or learn to play your part on a stage, you don't become perfect in a day. How much you have to go through, how much you have to rehearse before you can play your part well. But every rehearsal is improving you to play your part well. These artists who sing, who dance, how much they have to rehearse before they come to the stage, just to show their perfection before us. So similarly, we are rehearsing to die. Ultimately, we have to die to live. And this we are rehearsing every day. Whatever time we are giving to meditation, we are rehearsing in order to die. We call it rehearsing because at the time of death, our consciousness leaves the feet and is drawn to the eye center, and then it leaves the body. So same way, with Simran and Dhyan, we are rehearsing to bring back our consciousness to the eye center. We are trying to follow the same path by which the soul has to leave the body. So that is why we call it rehearsing to die. Just a way of expression. Yes?
It's said that separation from the master is good for the disciple because it creates love and longing for the master. But I found that after a few years, 3 or 4 years, when that desire to see the master isn't satisfied, then the mind gets very strong and I get pulled out into the sense pleasures, which is bad. So how can we keep that from happening, that balance, when we aren't able to see you?
You see, sometimes it is to our advantage. Separation makes us know the depth of our love. Whether it is really have any depth or just a superfluous. Out of sight and we forget. Or still we are obsessed with the object, with the beloved. We always know where we stand. So it is to our advantage sometimes. Ultimately, as you know, our real master is Shabad within, and we have to attach ourselves to that. And this devotion, which we realize by separation, should lead us towards that Shabad. Because we can't find him outside, and we can definitely find him inside, and we know the way, we know the path. So our attention is now inward and upward, to the level where we can see him, where we can be with him. That is what Christ has said in the Bible. Yes, please.
You practice with looking at a still figure of the Master, or
Little louder.
To Dhyan, you practice looking at a still vision of the Master, or looking at a moving figure of the Master. Which is best?
Dhyan means to look at the
Still figure of the Master or a moving figure of the Master?
I'm not
Still
following.
figure of the Master, moving figure of the Master. The Master being still, or should it be practiced the Master moving around?
You see, I have said so many times, we should never associate Master with outside activities. We should just look at the face of the Master. Try to visualize on the face of the Master. And should not associate him with the outside activities. Otherwise, our mind will run out with this excuse. Thinking about the activities of the Master, you will forget the Master and you will be more interested in the activities. And slowly you will cease doing similarly. So we should only visualize on the form of the Master. Yes?
Maharaji, if we cannot find you outside, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Thank you. If we cannot find you outside, then what is the actual benefit of coming here to see your form, your physical form?
What is the actual benefit of coming to the presence of the Master?
In the physical presence of the Yes, Master.
That you should know best.
You're right.
Whether you feel any benefit or not.
A great deal of benefit.
Then what is the question?
Thank you.
What is the benefit always to remain in the company of the beloved? You don't calculate any benefit system. If you try to calculate the benefit of being the presence of the beloved, then you have no love for the beloved at all. You have more love for the benefits. And lover doesn't care for any benefit. We are in his presence because we are helpless otherwise. So the question of calculating benefit doesn't arise in love. Benefit, of course, is there, the satisfaction of our love. But you don't calculate any advantage. If you start calculating, I was present my master for 10 minutes, I must have burned so many karmas. You burn nothing. Well, if you are, not that you have to be. There's no have to be here. Yes.
Master, what if we feel that we're not around you enough, or that, you know, like we're going to be leaving in another week, and that's a terrible thing, and it's like I don't feel like I was able to be near you enough while I was here.
Then try to meditate and be with the Master always. Why leave him? You see, we have to live in the world. We have to discharge our obligation, our responsibilities. We have to go through our destiny. And we have to face the destiny smilingly. And yet be in love with our object. Husband loves wife so much, but doesn't always sit by his side in the house and doesn't go to work. He knows he has to do job also. Yes.
Master, the soul has the power to see and to hear. But when we're at a meeting like this and Professor Bhatnagar starts speaking, should we look helplessly at the Master and not listen to what he says, or should we try to cultivate the looking and the hearing?
Sister, what was said, soul has the faculty to hear and see, is about the Shabad, divine melody within. We have to see that light and we have to hear that sound. It is referring to that. And outside hearing and seeing is entirely your own discretion. Yes?
Maharaji, in the discourse that Professor was reading yesterday, Tulsi Sahib had this analogy of our efforts at meditation is like cleaning a room, and we're supposed to get the room clean enough for the beloved to enter. What is your recommendation to avoid getting very discouraged when no matter how hard we try to clean the room, it doesn't seem to get clean, and sometimes even seems to get dirtier, and we feel like just throwing the broom away?
Well, brother, the thing is, if your house is dirty, you clean the house, but then you close the windows and the ventilators and almaras, you see everything, and doors, so that the more dust may not come in. Then the house can only remain clean. If you are cleaning the house and also your doors are wide open, windows are wide open, and dust is coming in, what will be the sense of that cleaning? It's becoming dirty again and again. So clean the house and also close the 9 outlets so that the house remains clean. If we are tending to meditation and also running through the senses, so our cleaning becomes absolutely useless. Christ said this is just like sowing seed on the marshy land. Both are growing. Nobody sits on a dirty land, dirty place. So when our mind is attached to this whole creation and it is nothing but collected dirt, how can we expect the Lord to sit in that heart? So we have also to withdraw our mind from the senses, from the creation, and so that the Lord may sit in our heart. Our heart is filled with love and devotion for the Father instead of love and devotion for the creation. So we have to withdraw our love from the creation and then fill it by meditation with the love and devotion for the Father.
Is it correct to say then that ultimately our meditation or remembrance of the master really becomes a 24-hour job. I mean, that's really the only way, isn't it, to avoid running to the senses.
Well, the lover, love is 24 hours sickness with him. He doesn't have a specific time to love or to think about the beloved. He is in love 24 hours, no matter what he's doing, where he is. He is mentally with his beloved 24 hours. He doesn't specifically fix the time. This is my time for love. His mind is always there, no matter what he's doing, where he may be. So similarly, the Lord should always be there in our mind. No matter where we are, no matter what we are doing. It should reflect in our actions, our dealings. We should never forget him at any cost. That is why I say it's a way of living. It is not closing yourself for a couple of hours in a room for meditation and then forget about it. It should become part and parcel of your life. Yes, please.
Should we put the same amount of effort into doing Dhyan as we do Simran? Because after many years, I still don't understand how to put the proper effort into doing Dhyan.
Well, brother, we have to synchronize Simran with Dhyan, rather Dhyan with the Simran. When we sit in meditation, we should try to synchronize Dhyan with Simran, so that both faculties are absorbed.
I understand how to put an effort into Simran. When the mind runs out, pull it back to Simran. But
It's the same mind who has to do the Simran. And same mind is running out. Mind is doing Simran, then also at the same time mind is projecting in the outside activities. So we have to 100% put our mind in Simran so that it doesn't, project the outside activities. That can lead to 100% concentration.
I can see how that Simran leads to that, but I don't seem to have the power to visualize anything in life. I can do the Simran, but after many years of...
Well, you go on doing Simran, you will automatically something visualizing at that time. Whenever you think about anything, you can't help visualizing that incident, that event. You can't help it. Visualizing is a part and parcel of our thinking. You can't split. You can't think about your friend and not visualize about his face. Or think about his activities. This is automatic.
It's just lack of concentration why Dhyan is not.
Dhyan helps in concentration. And helps holding the concentration at the eyesight. Yes.
Master, sometimes it happens that I have to give more time to my job and I have no time for meditation. If it worries me very much and gives me stress, what should I do?
Sister, you have to adjust your timings. Who else can advise you? You have to adjust your activities, daily activities in a way that you also find time for yourself. It's for the individual to adjust. Because only you know best your type of activities and how much you can withdraw and where you can withdraw. Yes, please.
Master, I was wondering if you ever get bored or frustrated, you give so much of your time to everybody.
Pardon?
Do you ever get bored or frustrated? You give so much of your time to other people.
And have I ever feel frustrated?
Or bored?
Bored? Bored. You see, that situation can only arise if I have time to think about myself at all. Thanks to all of you, I'm always on my toes. move like the hand of the watch. It doesn't stop anywhere. Yes, please.
Is something like anger the same thing? If say for example I can think less of myself, would that help to stop me being so angry about things?
About anger? What is the problem with anger?
Well, I seem to get angry about things very easily.
To get angry about what?
Well, I get angry about lots of things. If I think something's unjust or something like that, then I just find myself getting angry. And then that gets in the way of obviously it's not nice.
Well, sister, if you realize that this is not a good habit, then leave it. Then try to come out of it. See, when we become conscious of our weakness, then we also put an effort to get out of it. Our problems are that sometimes we are not conscious about our weaknesses. We don't think they are weaknesses. But if we feel guilty about them, then we should try, it's the first step for our effort to get out of it. Yes, please.
Maharaji, what can I do to help me to get your picture clearer in my mind? What is it I can do, Maharaji?
Well, brother, just do Simran. Keep your attention here and do Simran. Yes.
While one is angry, it's impossible to get out of his anger at the same moment. One has to wait.
Sister, that is right. At the same moment, you can't help it. Because you are just, being carried away by the wave. But in future, you can always think that I should not throw myself to the wave to be carried away. And if you go on thinking like that, analyzing that, and putting an effort not to be angry, then you will get out of it.